Welcome back. If you have watched this entire series, first of all, thank you so much. You have finally made it. And if you have watched this series, I know you're going to like this video and you should be subscribing to this channel. So hit those two buttons down below and that notification bell. But once again, my name is Alexander Howell. This channel features real estate and international real estate and all kinds of different things. But we are focusing in this series of 3 videos on our home in Merida, Mexico. We purchased this house over 2 years ago and it has finally been completed. Now, the videos that you're going to see are, in my opinion, absolutely amazing, but it has taken quite some time to get to this point. I go through this in several videos. So if you like this video and you haven't seen the other 2, feel free to hit that button and also that button. And those are parts 1 and 2 of this series. But thank you so much for being a part of this. This is series 3, where we actually talk about the Casita, the extra space that we have in this house. And a lot of people have questioned why we built it the way that we did. And it's very simple, and we go through it quite a bit. But basically, we had the option of just putting 2 bedrooms on the 2nd level. But then the more and more we got into it, the more and more we realized that we had the potential to do something truly special, especially for our friends and family that come down here. And that is to create our friends and family's own unique space. On the main level, the master bedroom, as you see here, that is for my wife and I. The main area, that is for my wife and I, but definitely the kids, where their bedrooms are. But the casita is for the people that we bring down, and that truly gives them their own space. Now, I talk about some of the things that went wrong, some of the things that we had to do, and that kind of thing. But we're going to get to the video. And again, if you like it, like, subscribe, and let's roll the intro. The last part of the house that we come to is the casita, which is the 2nd floor, which, as I said on the previous video, did not exist before we purchased this home. This home was purely 1 level. Obviously, pretty much everything didn't exist at that point outside of the very front of the home, which we're sitting in now. But the casita was something that we felt we needed because we needed to add more bedrooms and really didn't have the room as we wanted it set up on the 1st floor. Now, agree or disagree, this was something that we believed was absolutely important for us and for our family, and it's been proven as we've had people here. This has been a space, even with the 2 weeks at the house where it hasn't just been us and the kids, this feels like a level where everybody can kind of go to, have their own space, do their own thing. We initially started with the idea that we would just put 2 bedrooms up there, and then as we moved forward and saw the cost, we realized that we could do a lot more. And so we added a few things, added some space, and then eventually it got to the point where we kind of made the decision, we could have 2 bedrooms that would be nice and everybody could come downstairs. We just had the one kind of main kitchen area. Or we could invest and give this a bit of an up in the rental market. We give this a bit of an up for our family and our friends to come down and give everybody their own space. So what we ended up doing was creating a full casita, a full kitchen, a full living room, that's own patio, 2 big bedrooms, again, king-size beds in every room, beautiful bathrooms and the like. So as we go through this, just know that this was probably the thing that held up construction the most, because we needed to figure out how to support it, make sure that we knew exactly what we wanted, and every step along the way, we added a little bit more to it, including up to almost the very end, where we extended what we call the smoker's patio even more than what it should have initially been. It was supposed to be a very small area, 2 chairs, nice little table. It ended up being, well, you'll see. Let's check out the video. So as you're going up the steps, what you're going to see is a channel here, and you can kind of see to the left, there's a little cutout at the very top of the steps. That's actually a channel for water, so that when water comes off of that, it hits that area and just goes straight down the steps. Makes it really nice because it keeps the area very, very dry. So there's 2 fans. They can go at warp speed if you want. All of these chairs, everything, this is a few bought pieces, but for the most part, everything's custom made. Again, it's got a beautiful view of the same thing that we've kind of been looking at, back to the master bedroom. And that bench right there is the same material as the one downstairs that we talked about, where this is the sunbrella fabric that was very expensive in Mexico, but we went up to the city in Kansas City in the States, it was much less expensive. So we ended up getting the sunbrella, sending it down there, and we got exactly what we wanted, which was fabric that can withstand the test of time. And even though it's under that and we don't really have to worry about too many issues with sun, we know that we have the best material available. You'll also notice right by that built-in concrete bench with the cushions, there is a nice little garden area that at night just gives it a little bit more of a green feel, a more nature type feel rather than just having steel and concrete and everything else. And the doors that we're about to see, by the way, all of them open fully just like the ones in the main house where they kind of push over, and you've got screens that go there as well. So pretty cool. Oh, and by the way, those chairs that you're looking at, the ones that aren't a part of the big sofa, those are chairs that when you touch them, they feel very hard. When you sit in them, they're the most ergonomically comfortable chairs I've ever sat in. So we had to have them. It was a must. So the fans are there. Everything's covered so rain doesn't hit this. There's a tarp and there's some plastic up there, so everything just comes off, so you can sit out here in the rain, no big deal. Now we're going into the living room. We'll stop right here so you can see the basic design. This is like a small apartment, but you have another couch off to the side. By the way, when you see the cushions, I love the cushions and how the pillows match them. I absolutely love the pillows and what's going on there. But the coffee table, the TV stand on the side that you can see to the left, this was all custom made stuff, as well as the couch and everything else. You can see as we've gone upstairs, you can see the courtyard window that kind of looks out onto the courtyard that matches the one at the bottom. It's pretty cool, but all of those windows open so it can create a nice breeze if that's what you're looking for as well. So you've got the fan, you got this beautiful couch. Again, check out the cushions because I do love the material. I don't know why, I'm a fan of blue. We just got a 55-inch TV up there, which looks small on the wall compared to how big everything else is. But it turned out really, really nice. Now, as we go into the kitchen, you'll see full fridge, stove, as I'm gonna use yet, microwave, stovetop, dishwasher. Again, the sink, like we talked about, again, beautiful kind of picturesque wall. The sink is the same thing. It has the big faucet for everything else, and then it also has the little faucet for the purified water. We're going to get a good view over here. So all these windows open up. You can kind of see, you look right down into the courtyard. And let me see if I pause it at the right point right here. So right ahead of us, you're going to see this later when we get to the very front of the property. But right ahead of us, you can see that there's a couple of power poles. Now, on our side of the street, we have all the power lines running. If you've ever been to Merida, you know that one side of the street has all the cables. We happen to fall on that side of the street. Positive thing about our side of the street is we face north. So the direction we're facing is direct north. We don't get near as much sun as we could in some other areas. But we ended up building, you'll notice right above let's look at the fountain and then the wooden doorway and then the concrete up, which goes to the smoker's patio. We ended up building the wall behind that a little taller because there's a transformer there and it looked a little bad, pretty bad. So we ended up building that a little bit taller. So we just kind of took that out. We still see the power lines and everything, but if you look above that, and you'll see this later, it's not real pretty. So let's keep going, but this is a beautiful view outside of the kitchen. And everything's like white marble counter or granite countertops. Look out, again, you see the beautiful view, same tile that we have throughout, same system. This right here is an interesting thing. So one of the ways that you can save money when you're looking at these houses is by reducing the amount of wood that you use. Our original plan had this as floor to ceiling cabinets, floor to ceiling everything, so that we could store whatever we wanted. When we got the prices in, when you think about this and everything else that you've seen throughout the house, the wood cost was so expensive that we were trying to find ways to cut costs. So we decided we've got huge closets in both rooms, especially the quote unquote master. Let's cut this to this level. We're eventually going to put another air conditioner right here because the 2 bedrooms have air conditioners. We thought that would be enough to also do this area. It gets pretty hot in that main room. So we're gonna do one more air conditioner up here. And then this was just kind of cut into a third, which saved us, I think, at least $1,000. I can't remember what the exact cost was. But to have this, which now is just gonna be a decorative piece. We'll put some art, put some things up there. Very plain now, but the point of me pausing at this point was to say, this used to be a giant piece. Now it's much smaller, but it saved us a lot of money. So if you're looking for savings, this is a good place to start. So we'll go first into the original idea of the master. Now, obviously, king size bed, you'll recognize everything. It looks very similar. Fan in here, its own air conditioner built in. This one has blackout curtains. This room faces direct south. So it has a sheer curtain if you just want a little privacy, and it has a blackout curtain if you want everything to get blacked out. Or if you are blacked out and you need a little excuse to get up there and take a little nap. but beautiful. They've got orchids and all kinds of stuff. You walk right out onto the patio, see the pool. This closet system is incredible. And this is a similar one to the one that was supposed to be in that hallway. These have pull-out drawers that you can put your luggage on, put it right back. Everything's hidden. So if you stay down here for a week, this is what you see. If you feel like you need space, you've got all the space in the world because this is going to be here and all of your stuff will fit in this storage. And you can see how Henry has put the mini split air conditioner up on top in kind of its own hidden little area, which is, I think, awesome. Fan there, matches the fan outside. Again, these doors slide back and forth. You've got 2 layers of curtains. Beautiful view. Somehow I got taller right there. That's pretty cool. And then wrapping back around, you see the screen that can come in, the Wi-Fi that's right there, that white piece. And then we'll go back into the bathroom, which this again has a similar skylight and also airflow thing. But these only have 1 sink, and we figured we wanted more counter space up here. So we only did the 1 sink, toilet, same kind of shower setup with the basin, the tile, everything else. But you close that door and it goes black. You open the door and you don't even need a light unless it's at night. But again, last view of that, absolutely beautiful. It's a lock off as well. So if you stay down here with multiple people, you've got that too. This is the 2nd bedroom. We're actually going to put some drapes in here so you can see how much light comes in. Now, the smoker's patio is painted completely white, so it gets very, very bright. And because of that, it also reflects, which means it gets very, very hot. This is fine. It's not a big deal. But right now, without the curtains, it's a lot. So what we're going to do is put curtains on, not in the bathroom, because that can be closed and it's not a big deal, but in with the sliding door that you see ahead of you and the window that you'll eventually see, we're going to put curtains on those so that this can be pretty much the same thing as the other bedroom. It can basically be a blackout room. And since this reflects so much light, it'll be a little bit better. So if you're staying down here, it's going to be much darker, which is nice. You'll also notice that in this particular room, we had enough room to put another bench in here. And because this one doesn't have as big a closet, we figured that that could also be room if you needed to put something somewhere just for a momentary need. So again, king size bed, more Wi-Fi so that you've got tons of Wi-Fi. The light comes in through that little duct there. There's the AC, so when you shut it, it goes right at the bed. Fantastic. Window is covering. You can kind of see over to the right side. I didn't stop it in time. You can kind of see over to the right side our neighbor's patio. It goes above where they can see. I believe that wall is 7 feet up. So unless you've got Shaq staying next to you, you're good to go. The little desk area as well, that's going to be covered in granite. The piece just didn't come in or it was mismeasured. So that won't be a wood top. It'll be granite there as well. There's the slider to the smoker's patio. Again, you got some beautiful flowers. You'll probably recognize this bathroom from the other bathroom, only this one has a window instead of the skylight. But same exact thing, same trough, same look. It looks out to the smoker's patio, so make sure that you're friends with whoever you're there with, or they know when you're showering. But just an absolutely beautiful room. And again, right out to the kitchen area. And now we're gonna go out to the last part of the house that we're gonna see, or second to last, I guess, the smoker's patio. So originally, this was it. If you see that little step up right in front of us, so you see the window to the right, the shadow of the light to the left, and then there's a little ridge that's a bit of a shadow. That was supposed to be the extent of this patio. But when we had to drop the ceilings of the downstairs area, we wanted to have a little bit of expansion, but not much. What we ended up doing was basically figuring out that we could have a ton of extra area and we'd basically just be paying for the walls, which that's concrete and cinder blocks. So this patio probably cost us an extra $1,500 to $2,000, I think. We added a few things like lights and you see the gate in front of you and stuff like that. We polish it off a little bit nicer. But to add this just gave us more space, and you'll see some lights on the floor out here eventually. But those lights are going to be for plants and stuff like that. So you have just this big extra space that is now reinforced because of what we did on the first level. So we gave ourselves a little bit more outdoor space and kind of made this quote unquote secondary bedroom upstairs into almost just as much of a master as the one that we just saw. So you walk out, you see the lights down to the left, you see the skylights that we saw in the rooms on the bottom level. So those are them, right? Those are those right there. You've got this nice differentiation between the white on one side, and or I should say, I'm doing this reverse, the white on one side and the gray on the other. And then you'll see that we're just above the courtyard now, so you can kind of look down right into the courtyard, and I love this view. You've got the water feature going, you've got beautiful look. You can kind of see now on the right side what I was talking about when we were on the first level, that this is just a continuation of the bottom floor. So it makes it kind of tie into itself in the courtyard, which I think is beautiful. Our neighbor's solar panels, which is fine. And then this door is an access to the front of the house. And what you're about to see is a propane tank, a bunch of stuff, and then maintenance. This basically allows us to lock it off for kids. But if anybody ever needs to get in and out of there, they can go through this door and they have access to the very front of the house where we started, just a story above. So you've got that door. It's going to lock on me in a second. That was really fun. But there's the propane tank. You see the outdoor units for the mini split right there. This has all been redone, all perfectly level and everything. I shouldn't say level. It's ready for water now, but it's ready to go. And then you see the street that we're on. So again, we're on the part of the street, and you see the power pole that I was talking about. We basically blocked out the top of it so it doesn't look as crazy, but you can see all the way down Calle 57 to the west there, which is beautiful. And then follow this car and you can see down Calle 57 to the east. And that's our house. This is the top of it. This is the second level, just overlooking it. And this is Casa Merida. I hope you've enjoyed it. So that is the end of the series, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being a part of it. I cannot tell you how excited we are and how excited I am to bring you different videos from the future about talking about the rental aspect of it, talking about the different issues that we have with renters, which luckily we have an amazing company that's going to be doing the maintenance on this property, which is also the guy that built it and knows it better than everybody else. So those conversations are going to continue to happen. So if you want to hear more about that, subscribe to the channel. It's going to come out quite a bit. And especially after this third video, I'm going to be live streaming quite a bit from down here because I finally have the medication to clear up this laryngitis that I actually have. So again, thank you for watching this series. Thank you so much for all of the subscribers, for the viewers, for everybody that's been a part of this channel. I cannot tell you how much it means to me that we have 2,000 subscribers to this channel with everything that we've been through on this property. So thank you all so much. And as always, peace.